Hey everyone out there in the land of YouTube, Annette Dion here. It is Thursday afternoon, September 12th, 2024. And as promised, I'm coming to you from a scenic spot on the shores of Rockport, Massachusetts. It's one of my favorite little spots. I have lots of them. And we're going to do a 10 to 12 minute tune-in, going over some of the news of the day. Just gonna grab my cards. I hope you're having a great day. As you can tell, it's perfect here. I'm right next to a huge inn called the Ralph Waldo Emerson Inn. You know, remember Ralph Waldo? I mean, I'm sure you've read about him. Ralph Waldo Emerson has a lot of wonderful quotes. One of my favorite is this one. You've heard me say this before, I'm sure. To know that even one life has breathed easier because you have lived, this is to have succeeded. So may we all strive for that. I have cards for nefarious people with me, and I've got cards for less nefarious people with me. So let's first take a dive in, and I'm going to bunch them together. I'm going to do kind of we'll call it a bulk reading for the nefarious forces like Elon Musk and J.D. Vance and all the evil dictators that they're in cahoots with. As we know, if we're keeping up with these things. After Trump's disastrous debate performance, it's kind of like, we just kind of love it after what they did to Joe Biden. How they just bashed him and made fun of him and everything. It's like, payback is sweet. What are they doing? Because when I read on it last night at PNN, join us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. When I read on it last night, and I was asking about Trump and where his energy was going now that he had this disastrous debate performance, and I had said to you, true to form, he was going to be behaving as if he won, and he's going around saying that he won. But when I was reading on his next move, I really see him going to Elon. And putting their two evil heads together and deciding what they're going to do. But I want to tell you something. Vladimir Putin is exceedingly weak right now. We can maybe read on that today or tomorrow night at our Friday night PNN. But 3 cards about those forces of evil with all the dark money and all that. This place is so peaceful. Hard for me to keep it short, but I'll do my best. But if it's longer, I don't think you'll mind, because it is so beautiful. Okay, so when I'm asking about what their plans are and what's going to happen with these evil authoritarian want to own the world, like Dr. Evil types, they're quickly going to be brought to task. This is going to happen faster than we might expect it to. And I have the Tower card. The Tower card. This is like Elon, Trump, JD, Putin, that energy, that line of people. The Tower card and the 8 of Wands indicate that there's going to be swift action. Oh, don't fall. There's going to be swift action towards, swift and thorough action towards revealing what they're doing. So this is like not just the United States intelligence. This is intelligence from our allies too. So there are many forces that know about what's, they're following the money. They're following the lines that go from Trump to Putin and Elon to Netanyahu and all that, and Orban and all that. So the Three of Swords indicates they have it coming to them. And these are tortured souls, poor babies, I have no sympathy. They're tortured souls who are so devoid of anything meaningful in life due to their karma, their, being brought up in abusive households and all that, that their only obsession is to own everything. And even then, if that, it's an impossible thing, but even then, if that were ever to happen, it would still not be enough. It's a sickness. It's a horrible, horrible malady that they suffer from. It's like the bottomless pit. Kind of reminds me of the stories I've heard about hell, like in Dante's Inferno and that kind of thing. You see a lot of that artwork depicted in, say, medieval times and around the Renaissance, and of pictures of hell and how people would be just, nothing would be enough, and they'd be screaming for more, and they remember the story about hell being like everyone's eating with a long spoon, and they can't feed themselves, and they can only feed each other, but they can't figure it out because the spoons are so long. Anyway, I'm rambling, but you may have heard about that. My point is that these souls are always tormented. The Elon Musks and the Trumps and the Vances and the for that matter, the Tubervilles and the Cruzes and the Matt Gates and the list. It just goes on and on and on. They're living hell on earth, and you wouldn't think so because they're so smug. They definitely appear like, oh, we have it all going on, and they don't. Be grateful that you don't suffer from what they suffer from. They have bottomless pits in their souls. That's what that Three of Swords was about. But they will be held accountable, and it's kind of a drip for them. Like they feel pressure, and then they kind of alleviate the pressure for themselves, but the pressure definitely builds, and they're held accountable by courts of law, not just nationally, but internationally. I'm seeing a lot of energy around that happening with Macron and France in terms of, holding these guys accountable, these demonic forces accountable. Interesting. I'm going to pull 3 cards about our democracy, Harris, Waltz, how that's going. And I want to remind you all that we only have less than 2 months till Election Day. It's going to go very fast. And it's up to us to set the course for the future. We're not going back, right? When I was driving down here this afternoon, I saw several Harris Waltz lawn signs. They're starting to go up around here. And I'm in a conservative, very wealthy area right now. Not far from where I live. I used to live here. I moved from here. And so we're talking people that want their tax breaks, right? But I see a lot of Harris Waltz signs here. I did see one Trump sign, but it's starting to feel like if you've got a Trump sign on your lawn, it's going to get to a point where people that do are going to start to feel like a little embarrassed by that. I'm serious, it's true. 3 cards about the run, the Democratic ticket. And I'm going to use my psychic cards. While I'm doing this, if you'd like to book a reading, go to psychic.annetteDion.com. I meant to choose, okay, so there's 3 cards. Okay, so I'm reading on how the Democratic campaign is going, how our democracy campaign is going, and I have authority. We have the authority. And why do we have the authority? Because we have our own base. I know we always talk about the Trumpsters as, and Trump's base. We have our own base. This is our democracy tribe, the base chakra, and we have the authority because we're growing our tribe of democracy warriors. Not warriors, warriors, like fighting warriors, like metaphorically speaking. And we're facing our darkness, we're facing our shadow side. What we're in right now, and the level when. What we're in right now is, it's like, if you stand for love, if you think you stand for love, and if you think you stand for healing, and if you think you stand for, you know, it takes a village and community, and we're all in this together. If you think that, then it's time to choose that. I've mentioned before my good friend Sean Galloway. You can find his song on YouTube. I've posted it before. Look up Sean Galloway, I Choose Love. It's an awesome song. He won a big Global Peace Award for it. This is about choosing to heal our shadow side. But the Democrats are taking authority. The base of Democrats is growing. The guides are telling me exponentially. Exponentially. It's pretty huge. So look at this blue ocean behind me. Visualize a blue wave. It's very much present. I'm going to pull 3 more cards about the Taylor Swift endorsement. And you know, the more the light shines brightly, the more the icky, slimy, gross darkness comes out. So we have to really kind of shield ourselves and be resilient so that we don't get emotionally, you know, wrecked by that. Just always remind yourself the light is stronger and love always wins. So I'm going to pull, trying for my cards to not blow away here. I'm going to pull 1 card about Taylor Swift. About what that's going to produce. I have fulfillment of wishes. So Taylor Swift getting involved, the way that she has, endorsing Kamala Harris, brings fulfillment of wishes. I'm glad to see that that's a card that chose to be shown. All right, from the shores of Rockport, show you a little bit more ocean, the endless ocean, the endless blue. I'm just looking at a couple sailboats out there. Perfect day to sail. Okay, I'll see you soon. Please join us for Grassroots of Democracy. Tonight is our discussion group every Thursday night. If you are unable to attend our Zoom meetings, please get yourself on the email list anyway, because you will receive nothing additional, except what you'll receive is simply the Grassroots of Democracy guided meditation for Healed America from Tuesdays. You'll receive all the notes from our Thursday discussion group, along with to-do items. Let's be all in. We need all hands on deck. All right. I'll talk to you real soon. Namaste. Be well.